A return to the daily commute for millions across the UK. Britons began going back to work on Wednesday in line with government recommendations. In London, trains and buses were crowded with many people not wearing face masks. The government's plan for easing lockdown has been criticised as vague and confusing. But in Parliament, Boris Johnson defended the phased process.
And we cannot now go back to square one. We can't risk a second outbreak, and we will do everything to avoid that. I think that actually when they look at what we're advocating as the way forward, the stepped process that we have set out, I think people can see exactly what we're trying to do as a country.
The opposition is heaping pressure on the government over its entire response to the crisis. The Labour leader called on the government to be more transparent with the British public.
Mr. Speaker, I'm surprised the Prime Minister says his decisions were, and I quote, driven by the science, the data and public health. So to give the public confidence in the decisions, can the Prime Minister commit to publishing the scientific advice that the decisions were based on?
Johnson responded by saying the scientific advice would be published in due course. The UK has the highest coronavirus death toll in Europe and is still struggling to reach its own targets for testing for the virus and tracking its spread. Despite that, the government says people should now go back to work if they can.